In this episode of TikTok Takes, we're going to talk about the playoffs, and then we're going to talk about something that's on ESPN. In the Western Conference, when it comes to the OKC Thunder and the Denver Nuggets, I thought the OKC Thunder in their youth would be able to blow out the Denver Nuggets, and they did in Game 2. And when I watched the Clippers and the Denver Nuggets, I thought, they really out-hustled us. I don't really know if they're going to out-hustle OKC with all their youth and their energy. But it looks like that's what they have been doing to some degree, at least keeping a stalemate. And on the half court, they've been cooking them. OKC, especially in the playoffs, they do not look like they have good half-court offense. I was worried about Jalen Williams, but to be honest, he's been doing pretty good. And it's going to take him and SGA to play at their best potentials for them to beat the Denver Nuggets. I thought Chet Holmgren being kind of skinny would potentially be in Nuggets' favor, but they do have two big men that they could play at the same time, and it's been really hindering Jokic. The Denver Nuggets have been playing really well. Playoff Murray, always a threat. As a Clipper fan watching the Denver Nuggets game, he was someone I was always worried about. And now you got Michael Gordon, who's been doing his thing, man. He's clutch. He got the athleticism. He plays defense. They're going to be a hard team to stop, and I think they might make the finals. Depending who they go against, they could win the championship. Now, before I move on to the other series, I want to add, if you've been looking at how Jokic has been playing, how Denver's been playing, Giannis, he might be the real MVP. I'm just throwing that out there. I thought the Wolves would win this series, and Steph Curry, especially in the first game, he showed them. Jimmy Butler was able to help too. It was going to be tough, and maybe the Warriors were going to beat them, but with Steph Curry out with a hamstring, and we're not too sure when he's going to come back, he misses too much games, the Wolves will clearly beat them. The Cavs blew out the Pacers, and I had the Cavs winning this series. Tyrese Halliburton had a horrible game, a game that would make people think he's overrated, but he is pretty clutch in the playoffs, especially just in general. So when the time is running down, he could make the big shot if his team's there. And with the Pacers, I heard this before, and I kind of like it. You don't beat the Pacers, the time runs out. They can score, and if you just the time just keeps going, they can get more points, more points, more points. Next thing you know, they might tie the game and or take the lead. Now, on the Celtics front, I had the Celtics winning this series, and I'll be genuinely shocked if they lose today. The Knicks are a good team. When you look at them play, you look at the people who they have on the court, they could definitely keep up with the Celtics. And if Jalen Brunson is playing just as good or even better than Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum like he has been, I'm not sure what the Celtics are going to do. And what's going to happen with the Celtics after this series if they lose. And if the Knicks make the finals, they could definitely win the championship, but it really depends who they're going against. If they go against OKC, I favor them. The Timberwolves, that's a good matchup. On ESPN, they basically were reacting to LeBron's, his new episode with Steve Nash, and they're basically talking about the Lakers' loss. And LeBron said, styles makes fights. He was just saying how it's a matchup thing, one, and two, how it's not LeBron and Luka versus Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle. It's it's a full team game. And I just want to say something about that. On the panel, Stephen A. Smith, the only person that thought this was kind of not needed, he was basically saying how this is kind of like already known, how everybody knows this. It's not something to say. You don't want to really throw shade on the other lower guys on your team. But for me, the way I look at this is this way. If you do feel this way, it's not Luke and LeBron. It's not their fault they lost the series. And it's also, the team, they just weren't built to go against the Timberwolves. I do have this question. If LeBron James was in his prime, would they still lose the series? Or will LeBron James be a good enough player to overcome that? You let me know. Salam.